how do I do it? How do I just give my ability to offer my full attention to God while trying to do these other things? Alright guys, so today most of the work that I'm doing is going to be setting right here in the little home studio around the computer, but I'm also getting ready to start playing around with After Effects. Got something I'm working on. I hope I can pull this off, but I need to do that. I need to obviously record, edit, and upload a vlog, and then we have live stream tonight at 5:30 Central Time, so if you guys didn't check it out, you should. We'll link it up here. You can check that out and check the replay. And then, yeah, I got home group after that. Because I had talked about how I really try to multitask and take one thing after another. So this is actually a real example where I needed to record some more footage, but I told you guys going into VEDA, I was not only going to be doing the daily vlog of VEDA, but I also told you that I was going to be live streaming. So here we are, we're in the middle of this live stream, and I just kind of took the opportunity to share with not only you, but share with you guys here on the live stream about my process and how I'm thinking and how I kind of multitask, which leads me into the question that I got for today. And that question comes from the Dozas, and it's essentially saying that with all of the uploads that I'm doing and trying to multitask, how can I turn an Instagram post or a YouTube video or a Facebook post into a prayer time with being able to dedicate myself to God? How do I do it? How do I just give my ability to offer my full attention to God while trying to do these other things? And Dozas, that's a great question. I love that question, and so here's my answer. Now I leave you guys hanging. Alright, so now that we got the live stream out of the way, I want to try to unpack this a little bit more, but this is actually along the topics of what I wound up preaching on Sunday, and I think that we have gotten in a rut and thinking prayer has to be just like this. And I think prayer is so much more, because if prayer is simply talking with God, if it's just communicating with God, there are so many ways that we can pray. Most people will sit there and think, well, you've got to pray out loud. I grab my phone and I'm praying all the time and my mouth never opens. My thumb's doing all the praying. Sometimes it ain't my thumb. Sometimes I've got my journal out and I'm writing my prayers down, but I never verbalize them. And I think it just comes down to the fact that sometimes we forget the basics of prayer. The basics that it's just talking to God. So actually doing these Instagram posts and doing the YouTube videos and even being on Twitter, really being on every social media out there, it's actually enhanced my prayer life, because people will wind up telling me, hey, I could use some prayers. And I see that as an opportunity to just pray. And so instead of doing the typical thing, putting the little emoji of the prayer hands or just saying, I'm praying, I actually just type out my prayer. And then I send it to them. Now I'll do the same thing if somebody sends me a text and says, hey, would you pray for whatever? Or I'll do it when they drop into a DM or send a private message. I just see every opportunity I can to pray for somebody. And I've done this with people even at the grocery store, when I'll walk up and I'll see the checkout clerk and she'll say, hey, how are you doing? And I'm like, I'm doing great. How about you? Oh, well, my back's been bothering me today. Really? Could I pray for you? And then I do. And so for me, that's me putting my faith in action. That's me living by faith in every area of my life, whether it be physically or whether it be digitally. So I treat the interactions on social media the same way that I would if I was just walking down the street and I saw somebody in need and they asked me for prayer. So does that kind of make sense? I'm hoping it does, but hey, I need to get over to home group, so I better get going. And it's like, wait, It's over already? Whew! Man, was this a God day or what? We're at home group. We're having a great time. We're doing some great Bible study and interaction like we always do. And guess what subject came up? Prayer and our relationship with God and how we have access because of the relationship with Jesus Christ to pray with the Father. And so it was just kind of awesome to really get into that after I've been soaking in this and just kind of thinking about it all day. And I just want to share something that I actually saw with you guys out of a completely different translation that I very rarely use. But I really loved how the Passion Translation put John 16:23. It says, "For here is eternal truth. When that time comes, you won't need to ask me for anything, but instead you will go directly to the Father and ask him for anything you desire, and he will give it to you because of your relationship with me." You see, I've seen that in our church, I've seen that in our home groups, I've seen that in my own family, that when we have a solid relationship with each other and we understand the relationship we have with each other, we understand that that gives us access to ask for things that we need. And so we often do that where we're asking those people that know us, that love us, and that care about us for things that we need. So I guess to bring this full circle, when it comes to me and digital ministry, I think that I am able to interact with people and they do ask me for prayer or appreciate when I pray for them because I've actually shown them that I do care for them. And that's all I want to do is I just want to love on you guys and really encourage you to live by faith. Ooh, guess who's back, guys? That's right, Bite a Brownie back in the house. So you know what that means? Jared, got a question for you, brother. While I'm on this subject of talking about prayer, tell me, what are some of the ways, plural, that you actually pray? I know I want to hear the answer, and I'm sure there's a bunch of other people that do as well, so let me know. And for the rest of you, guess what? I got the same question for you. I want to know, what are some of the ways that you pray? Go ahead and let me know down in the comments section below because I would love to hear it and I'd love to continue this conversation. Now until next time, that's all I got for you, so I just want you all to stay blessed and enjoy God's best.
To be clean, I guess. So that's what I told his worker. So that I can see here. This is that's why he has. So let me continue to do it out there in the hall.